Hey guys, this is Overland Cam again. Welcome to episode 2. Last episode, you watched me wire up the AuxBeam 8 gang to my truck. We didn't wire anything to it. We just set it up, made sure it works. And that was pretty much it, just wiring up the main components. Today, I'm going to be finishing kind of my install. I'm going to do chase lights in the back from Diode Dynamics. They're going to be ambers. And also ditch lights in the front, also by Diode Dynamics. I have some brackets from Relentless Fabrication. And then I'm going to be rewiring that light bar that's in the front of my truck too. So overall, I'm going to have 3 lights. The back chase lights and the ditch lights both have a backlight feature. So that'll be kind of run to a separate button, and I'll have all 4 light up at the same time. So I'll kind of show you how I do that wiring as well. So yeah, I'm going to jump into it and just follow along. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Try to be as detailed as possible, but it's always hard to film by yourself. So, yeah. So last time we cut the light bar, we took out the relay and all that stuff and just left the 2 black and white wires. So I'm going to be wiring these up. I think I'm going to do them to number 4 here. And then I'm going to switch out this fuse. I got to double check and see what fuse to run for that light bar. I got to go to the website and see how many amps it's running and all that fun stuff. But then I'm going to do basically the ditch lights. I'm going to run the main power here, the chase lights, the main power to number 2. So I'll have them on separate kind of for their main lights. And then for the backlighting, I'm going to do all the backlighting together on number 3 here. Just so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty much done. And then I'll still have these other 4 for later additions to anything that I want to run. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it. So I'm actually a genius and saved the wire harness from the other one. So it had a 30 amp fuse. So I wired it up to number 4. Then I got to swap that out for a 30. There's an extra 30 I can use, so no worries. All right, so I just swapped one of the fuses for the 30 in for the number 4. I'm going to see if the light bar works now. All right. So. Hey, look at that, huh? That's easy. Cool. I actually got some marine grade wire. All of these have a backlight, right? So I got the triplex. So there's actually 3 wires in the sleeve. Hopefully that'll make it easier to run. And then I got this, kind of, what is it called? Alex Tech, the expandable sleeve to cover it, because obviously I don't want white. And I'll try to hide it as best I can. So I'll put both of the links for these in the description as well. That way you guys can see what I used. I'm going to start running some wiring and getting some links and things like that. So, okay, I'm going to wire up the rear ditch or chase lights first. I've kind of already started wiring them up. I installed them where I wanted to put them a couple days ago. I just wanted to kind of see what they would look like back there. So I'll show you guys those. So this is where I wanted to mount them. I got one on both sides. Basically all I did was I already had this track here from my iCamper. And I just bolted it into the track, kind of put this on, made it as clean as possible. So I'm going to run wire. Usually there's like underneath, there's always like wires running across the frame. So I'm going to try to see if I can follow that, zip tie it underneath and run a long strand. I'll probably come kind of where this bad boy is, kind of run it up that way, run it along the frame, and then start zip tying it along the way. So I'm going to do that now. All right, just running like a general strand, and then, putting the sleeve on it too. Now back here making up, I'm going to do the first wire harness for that one that goes to that one and connect those together. And that'll be kind of the main one running off. All right, so this is what I have so far. The red and the black one, this one was from my light bar. Kept black neutral, green is going to be positive. And then this is going to be connected to the blue wire on the back of the Diode Dynamics. This is going to be for the backlight. So I have the backlight on right now. I just ran the wire underneath, zip tied it underneath, kind of ran it under, ran it through here. You'll kind of see, have it run all the way up to right here. It's kind of a double pigtail connection here. Basically ran that one to this one, double connected, and then ran one single. This is the backlight function. So I'm going to turn that off and then turn on the main power. You can see they're fully blasting now. Pretty bright. All right, guys. So day two. Yesterday I didn't have a chance to put on the dish lights. So I'm going to do that today. I got the SSC2s, in amber. They also have the amber backlight. I got the pros. They're super bright. I got two brackets from Relentless Fabrication. They're really high quality, great price. They're like half the price of some of the other ones that I've seen. And they come powder coated. I think they're only like 55 bucks for the set. So not bad at all, for the brackets. And it has two holes. So I had the dish lights on. Eventually when I get my, Midland, radio, I'll have a spot for, the antenna as well. So I'll run it to the same spot. So I'm going to do that install today, and show you guys how I do that. It's fairly easy. The hardest part, honestly, is getting the brackets on there without messing up your hood alignment. So, that'll be fun. Okay. So honestly, the trick with these, is what I do. And this is what most people do that I found, trying to install these. You undo the first front bolt here, take that one out. When you put the light in, leave the back one in and kind of keep it. It's hard to tell. So it's like you want the bar kind of that way as far as possible. And then you put the front bolt back in. And that way, when you take the back bolt out, the front's in so it doesn't mess up the hood alignment. And then you kind of slide in for the back one and then bolt it back in. That's how I just did it and it worked out fine. So I'm going to do the other one the same way. And then I'll start wiring up the lights. Um, Pretty easy. It was much easier than I thought, honestly. But yeah, it looks good. Okay. So I did both sides. Gonna see if the, if the hood aligns here. It's, I just went for it. Looks pretty good, actually. Not bad at all. Look at that, huh? All right. Okay. Yeah, but these are the lights here. They're pretty sweet. Damn, that looks good. Now I get to wire them up. It's always the fun part, right? Okay, I'm going to do a similar one like I did yesterday. Basically start from the one on the passenger side, run it to the second one over there on the driver's side, combine those, and then make one run into the switch, into the AuxBeam switch. The SS2s actually come with 4 wires. I did a little bit of digging. The yellow wire is actually not used in this application. Apparently Diode Dynamics is going to just one kind of pigtail. And then they're going to be shipping everything out with just, the same pigtail just to make it easy for them. So I did contact them. Diode Dynamics is awesome, man. If you send them an email, call them, anything, if you have any type of wiring, questions, they'll just tell you how to wire it. I was like, hey, this yellow wire's throwing me off. I'm not sure what it's for. And they're like, hey, that one's not used for your application. And I was like, oh, great. So I'm going to wire up these the same as I did the, chase lights in the back. Basically, you got your main power, ground, and then the backlight is going to be the blue. So super easy. And then I'm just going to basically cut this one off and seal it. That way nothing gets in there, messes anything up. So let's do it. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I got the triplex wire. I'm going to kind of just measure out, a distance from this ditch light and then kind of run it down a little bit just to get a general idea, I guess, of how much I need. Always leave a little bit extra. I hate working with like wire that's way too tight. Sometimes you're like trying to stretch it, and always leave yourself a little extra. You can always trim it or, just bundle it up, tie it off somewhere. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, I'm going to run that, just measure it, cut it, and hook up the first harness. And then I'm going to try to show you guys how I actually put the harness together. I know some of you guys probably want to see that. So we'll see. All right, as you see, I kind of put the wire up over there. Make sure, kind of ran it somewhat like how I'm going to run it. I'm basically going to zip tie it to this, running across like that. And then, yeah, give myself just enough slack here to work with. And then I'm going to go ahead and wire that up. Don't mind this. Sorry. The truck's so dirty. I need to clean all this shit up. All right, so basically you cut it open. You see the 3 wires are exposed. Again, I'm going to keep black as neutral. Green's going to be power that goes to red. And how I remember that is I just say Christmas colors together, and then, which is red and green. And then I got the white going with the blue. Cool. So, yeah, I'm doing this inside my truck because, I don't have a tripod. As you may have guessed, I don't make videos often. It's kind of loud out here where I live. Not the best place to shoot videos, so normally don't do them, but I'm trying something different. Just wanted to see how it comes out. Never edited a video really before, or anything like that, so we'll kind of see. So yeah, again, blue and white, red and green, black on black, yellow is a throwaway. So wiring can be tedious, I see why it's not everybody's favorite and why they pay, big money to do it, but it's rewarding, once you kind of start figuring it out, you get a little bit better at it each time. And honestly, like, you can wire up this stuff, it'll save you so much money. I can't even imagine how much it costs to get a lot of this stuff done. So cool. Got all these crimped together, pretty decent. I got a little heat gun here that I'm gonna use. You don't have one of these, man? Definitely worth getting. I got this for $30. These right there. These are supposed to be waterproof, so. I think it's hot. So now that I got these connected there, I'm going to slide the shrink wrap that I got. See if I can get it over this. It's still warm. There we go. Alright. It's a pretty decent connection there, Again, I just do this when I have stuff, so I don't always have the best stuff. Pretty sick, right? Like, that looks pretty decent. And I'm gonna just finish this up with tape, just to make it a little bit nicer. So here's kind of the finished product, right? I think it looks pretty good. Not bad, right? So another cool trick I learned, there's a rubber seal back here. Kind of see it? Right here. Basically what I do to make it easier to run sometimes, just left a little bit of the sleeving. That way it's like super easy to slide through, and then I can just like pull everything through with it. So basically I'm gonna run it kind of under here as best I can, and then I'll just come down right here, then come kind of through this little side hole there and down. So I'm gonna run that again. I haven't zip tied it yet. I just ran it to that side. Like I said, I want to make sure I have enough slack while I'm doing it. So I'll zip tie everything after I'm done. Another extra wire from yesterday that I cut. This will be plenty, I think. It's already sleeved, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to build the second harness here. Sorry for the mess. I'm controlled chaos. That's what I keep telling myself. so that's my second one. Nice and clean. I'm gonna cut this side off. And I'll show you guys how to do the double. Get this one from the first one, this one from the second one. I'm going to combine these two together and then create a third that comes from those two into the switch panel. That way I can power these together so they come on at the same time, but then also I'm going to put the blue wire that's for our backlight amber into the switch panel with the other blue, and that way when I hit my ambers or the backlights, all 4 lights, the 2 ditch and then the 2 in the rear, all the ambers will come on at the same time. So that's how I kind of wanted to wire it up. So what I did, basically, you see both wires coming in, connecting them together here. I'm gonna obviously tape all this and get and all that stuff. So then I'll just have the one connection coming in each into the AuxBeam switch panel. All right, now that I've made a double connection here, I'll probably wrap all this together with some tape just to try to make it as nice as possible. I got these 3, and these are going to be the ones connecting into the switch panel. All right, so as you can see here, this is the one that harness I just made. So power, negative, and then the white is going to connect to the one for the backs as well. Now I'm going to go test everything, make sure it all works before I finish sealing it up. So, all right, let's try the ambers first. It's hard to see, but yes. And then, oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So those all work. And now I'm turning the amber off and then do, sweet. All right. And that's pretty much it, man. So hopefully that was informative to you guys. Started added all the stickers already. I still have 4 spots left on this AuxBeam, which is nice. Basically, I got windshield, which controls the main power to the front. Then I got rear, which is the main power to the ones in the rear. Amber lights up all 4 for the backlight, and then I have the light bar that I did yesterday as well. The cool thing about this AuxBeam, you can turn everything on if you want, and then just hit off, and then they'll all go off. When you hit on again, they'll all come back on, which is really cool. It kind of saves whatever you had before. There's a bunch of other features too that I haven't gotten into yet. I'd like to do a full review on it at some point, but we'll see. There's like backlighting, and you can make things strobe. Probably wait till dark and go test out the diode dynamic lights. Maybe I can get the strobe and all that fun stuff to work. So yeah, well, cool. Take it easy, guys. Again, Overland Cam. Hopefully this was informative and helpful. Let me know if you have any questions on how I did anything. I'm here to help. Just let me know in the comments. Cheers.